Okay. So as we can see, right, what happened? Show you. Yesterday, the high was 22,490, right? At least today. Look at the second standard deviation, normal distribution, $24,502. Or nope, sorry, $22,420. Literally overshot it by about $70. But if you were watching when the push happened, it was within a few dollars, because you know how that they will vary. They'll move around when there's a volatile move. So the 95.4 Laplace on the weekly is at 22.3. Second standard deviation normal distribution, 22.4 area. Tested it, right? Now, I want you to go back and look how long it's been since we've had a bullish candle test the 95.4 Laplace distribution range, right? Back here. Not even there, not even there. Here we go, right here. Did not enjoy it very much either, right? Had a massive pullback. Had another week, big wick to the top side, pullback. And then we got that move back up to 48K. But that is the last candle, right? We're talking February. In February was the last time a weekly candle, a weekly bullish candle even attempted to make a run at the 95.4 Laplace, right? Got about halfway here, but that was the last test. This is going to be interesting to see how this plays out this week. I have a strange feeling Bitcoin's going to pump this weekend. Going to close above the 95.4 Laplace. Mark my words, if that happens, next week, you're going to see an immediate test at the bottom side of this 95.4 Laplace at about, it's like 24.4, which right now, literally, third standard deviation normal distribution, it's right on top of it if you go to next week. So if we do close above, let's just say 22.5. If Bitcoin closes this weekend above 22.5, so immediately go over to the VRE. What are we doing? What's 22.5? Well, today it's 1SD. Going until tomorrow, to be honest, it's probably going to be the top side of the 68.3. So it's close. We're not even that far. I'm not asking for much. But if it does happen, we're going to see this could be a market reversal. This is going to be important, right? When we come up and test the bottom side of this 95.4, we're going to push through, going to close the weekly candle back up in here, start making a move back up to the 68.3. And here's the thing. We get another bullish weekly candle, I'm going to start a new projection. Obviously. Even if we do it now, if I throw this projection on, what's it going to show? It's going to show the 95.4 Laplace got tested this week, right? And it's pulling back. Next week, that 95.4, I mean, I could throw the projection on it right now just to see where it will be. Let's throw this on a 1. Ding, dong. And, well, obviously, we got to wait till the next week candle. But I would say the 95.4 is probably going to be about 23K. About 23K. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. If we do get another week that wants to push to the top side, we can start a new projection on the weekly. Probably going to keep this one, but I want to start a new one. For sure. 100%. Let me reload that. And if I pop on, you know what? Let's dun 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 dun. I should not have pulled that down. It's okay. I will just turn on this RMLR. And first though, I want to pull down the dev bands. Get rid of that noise for a second. And tendency, let's just throw that on default unique. Yes, there we go. This is what's cool about this indicator, right? Is what you're going to see when you get into the settings on the new indicator. You're literally going to have inputs for about 5 different color schemes, right? Some having to do with correlation, prediction, and trend. So really cool. And then you have a default unique color where it will just make, you can make it whatever color you want. I got it set on white, obviously. And then the future projection, boom, right here. All right. So, and this is what I'm looking for. The log returns mean revert. Where are we going to mean revert to? Right? We going to play a slow game? I mean, this is even coming back from the projection from the all-time high. You know, that would pull us back up inside the 95.4 of that projection, although I'm not so sure that is even still valid, to be honest. Why do I say that? Because of all this volatility. It'd be different if we were having like little 68.3 Laplace moves, right? If this thing was just bouncing inside the 95.4 the whole time, right? Going up, checking the 68.3, bouncing off the 95.4, boom, something like that, be valid. But all this volatility that dropped out of both sides of these projections on the 95.4, it's not valid anymore, in my opinion. I'll be honest. Let me see. Turn that baby off. So that's what I'm waiting for. I want to see how this closes, but I do have a feeling, just a feeling, right? We don't trade on feelings though. This is why, right? We're talking about macro biases here. Sheet happens. Give me a 4-hour. Let's see how this baby's ripping around. Little UPM. There we go. Okay. Now I like this. I really do. You know what? I need to get that back on. Hold on real quick. MJ rugged me into changing my shit. Variance log MA.
Oh shit.
There we go. There's the nod. It's taking a minute. I'm sure you guys that use this UPM, you already know this sucker is. Oh, I didn't turn on my smooth. It is pretty. The code is massive. That's why it takes so long to make changes. You can just see it spinning. All I did is turn on some smoothing, but it's got to work its way for it. There's my baby back. All right, baby back ribs. So we're above all the log return moving averages. Check this out. The next probably 4-hour close, the rest of the power mean band's going to flip bullish. I mean, it did over here, right? But woo, down we go. This looks a little different to me. This looks like there's some actual buying coming in. Let me see here. Obviously, right? That's all this market. Where are you? And yeah, Donnie, I don't know if you had that what we were talking about, just buy and sell pressure. If you have that available, yeah. Let me see here. Yeah, this actually looks good. I mean, on the 4-hour, buy pressure is decreasing. Let's see what happens going into the end of the day here. It would be nice to get this candle up. Oh, let's say back up 95%. All right, that would look good. Look at the sell pressure on the 4-hour. It's non-existent right now. Non-existent. Any velocity and accelerations to the downside. This was the last one right here. This was the last this sell candle right here. What? Let's see. What was that for? Let me check this out real quick. Yep, this candle right here. This 4-hour candle. Not even big, right? Because you can see the sell pressure. It's not really that much, but it did have a little bit of a velocity and acceleration behind it, whereas all this buy pressure, non-existent. Right now, going in the end of the day, it's building to the top side. Sell pressures to the downside. See this 12-hour here. Oh, yes. Love it. Love it. Daily. Beautiful. This is exactly what you want to see. Right? Not only is it, excuse me, is it diminishing big time, any sell pressure there's no velocity and acceleration behind it, which is good. The weekly finally, I mean, this thing's been up here around 100%, right, during this dump. This needs to disappear, right? And this is good, right? All that velocity acceleration to the downside. Starting to build to the upside up here on this weekly candle. We need to get a move going. I mean, even this nice little few $1,000 turnaround. Not a lot of buy pressure. It's because there's no power behind the sell pressure. So we just been walking up. Just been walking up. What is this? Let's see. Let me get a peek here. Yeah. And I need to upgrade my AVR as well with the new predictor settings. But we could probably we just need to upgrade the code. What we need to do probably, which is pretty simple. Sure, we'll be doing that. That's on both of these, the entropy indicator and the AVR. They've got the predictor upgrades that we need to add. No problem. So where's this 9 up here? The 32. I mean, guys, I can really see this price action coming up and at least testing around the 30K area. We've got the 9 crossing down the 99 right now. All right, and we already talked about all these other crosses, the reverse wave trend down on reverse Fisher, the 9 and the 33 crossing down wave trend in Fisher. This is what you don't want to see. You don't want to see especially wave trend's going to do it first, cross down the 99. So the way this is looking, I'll tell you what, we start getting a move to the top side, you're going to see some of these slopes starting to change. Because that's inevitably what we want. We need on this macro time frame, we want this reverse wave trend to get back up above that Fisher. Daily actually looks pretty dang good. That 9 is looking really good. It is fully turned up. Some of the power mean band is starting to turn up. Entropy's starting to drop. The Shannon entropy percentile, right? The predictor has been like, let's go. For the last 5 weeks or 5 days, not 5 weeks, good Lord. And this is what I love about this prediction model, specifically the line on the entropy. Me and MJ were talking about it, where you can see where it flips, right? Now, obviously, it's going to be the next candle. The thing I've noticed, though, sometimes so when you get a new candle, right, you're going to see that predictor's already flipped. A lot of indicators, you're still sitting on your hands, right? It's not going to flip till another candle. So this is pretty damn powerful. And it's the same time where you literally get the predictor change on the Shannon entropy percentile as well. So I love it. And this is on a daily. We were talking about this. Just the predictor. Very powerful. Goodness. 12-hour looking good. Oh, I'm sure all the pattern traders are just loving life. Okay, so the 12-hour. Remember we talked yesterday about it. I was like, we need to get up here, close some 12-hour candles above the reverse wave trend. Good stuff. And I'm sure everybody that uses this knows how powerful the reverse wave trend is, especially if you get the lengths, the settings correct. They're very powerful. Very powerful. So that's good. 4 hours above, 12 hours above, daily's pushing. Right about, it's a little under 24/7. 24/7. No. Probably, what is that? The weekly 1, 2. That's the top of the weekly range. About 24K. Yeah. A little below it, but good stuff. So that's where I could see this baby push. Maybe this weekend. We'll have to see. That would be a good area though, because not much is going to get outside of that weekly range, right? You've got the center, the actual weekly range right here, right? Then you've got 3 resistance levels above it. First, second, third, just a bit below 24K. So that would be awesome. And then what's right above that? Bottom of the monthly range. 24/7. Or no, that isn't the bottom. Good Lord. Wait a minute. Yeah, it is. Sorry, guys. I'm twisting in the wind. There it is. There's my baby boy. We're above it. God, I'm losing my mind, guys. I was even talking about this yesterday. So here's the bottom of the monthly. Triple Qs and NASDAQ closed their week above the monthly range. SPY got above it twice today, closed below it, right? Bitcoin's just barely inside the bottom of it. Where in traditional markets on those macro levels, those indexes, especially 2 out of the 3 closed above their monthly range. Pretty powerful in my opinion. Could be a good week next week for traditional markets. This is why I'm saying, because of what they did, this would be a great weekend. They're correlated as hell for Bitcoin to get up here. Right? Now that is above that weekly R3, but hey man, I've seen stranger things happen with Bitcoin. At least this weekend, make a push. You push up here to this third resistance level in the weekly volatility range. It'd be real nice going into next week. Push right above that monthly level. Take off again. Like I said, that area up there around 30K. I like it. I like it a lot. And there is the top of the monthly, probably right there. At the top. Nope, there it is. Okay, that's the R2s at 37. So that would be ideal. I want to get the new weekly distribution levels, obviously. See something. Pushing right now, though, right? Getting up above the 68.3 Laplace. Tried a few times. Came back down. I mean, this is what I was saying earlier. Go up. Reject to the dollar off of the first standard deviation normal distribution. Work its way all the way down to the bottom side of the daily 68.3 Laplace distribution range. All right, got a little kick up from here, there, bam, back up over the top side of the 68.3, pulled back, tested the bottom of the monthly range. Now it's working, going into the end of the day, back up above the 68.3 Laplace. Are we going to do another 1SD move by the end of the day, or even better? All right, we get up here to the weekly R2, 22.7. Be nice. Gets that nice and close coming into a Saturday and Sunday to push up there, right? Push up into this monthly range more. That's what I want to see. Very interesting. But yeah, you guys just work with it. Me personally, I'm not going to be using this for scalping. We just got too many. There's too many other good things. This allows you to get a peek. And here's the most important, right? This is what it's all about. We're getting a future projection. We're getting a future projection. Oh, nice. Just Stephen Hunt can send me his seed phrase for his ledger, and I'll find it for him. Obviously, I'm kidding. Glad to have Steven back. On a 15-minute. Because this is what the returns do, right? At some point, they mean revert. Price action follows. But I like this on macro. Me personally. Or at least 4 hour and above. I want to know what's happening, right? Because you can line up, you can see what kind of prices we're talking about, where this reverse mean is, and then I can go over on the VRE and see what volatility ranges are lining up with that, right? You can literally, on these current candles, you can see where the current deviation levels are. You know, not just multi-time frame ones. Whatever time frame you're on, like the 4 hour, go on the 12 hour, right? The mean is below these deviation levels big time. So yeah, which tells me, you know, what I've really seen is once you start getting these current candles, like you drop away, right? Well, as soon as you start pulling back in and then these deviation levels are back up around that mean, that's when you usually start to really humding back and mean revert. So interesting. Like right now, not quite. Not quite. But then I'm looking down here, we're talking that's under 20K again. This is a 12-hour. But at some point, that's what happens. But that's what people get confused. It's like, it doesn't have to just come down. This line, it doesn't mean price action has to come down here right now. It can just go sideways and run right into a brick wall that is the reverse mean of log returns. Yeah. Just work with it. I'm sure now everybody's going to be in the chat and everybody's going to be working together, and you go for it. But in my opinion, it's like the tendency and the predictor settings are going to be way more beneficial than using any of the correlation stuff. Even though tendency, you able to talk, Donnie?
Donnie,
how?
we need a better definition than Google, sir.
Tendency, if I remember correctly, might be there. It might be reading off the correlation. If I remember, it's the predictor that's not. But the tendency is giving you literally the tendency of what the correlation coefficient is telling you, if I remember correctly. And if you look at it that way, it makes a lot more sense. Put it back up here. Yeah. But it's like, so I'm looking at this tendency model, right, on this macro time frame. Then I can go over here with the entropy. And in my opinion, oof, that's why, like on this weekly chart, I'm waiting for this weekly close. What's going to happen with this prediction model? Obviously, entropy is going back into randomness. When this weekly candle close, are we going to see the predictor change? Excuse me, change to bullish? Where's my water at? So I'm going to say it again. I love these fishers. I've been waiting, especially the slower three, to finally turn up. Nice. Yes.
I might throw them up, eh? Those things do look like they take a while to pull through, which is actually quite safe.
Yeah.
Do hit. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Big time. Let me see. DLP looks good too. But I'm just going to continue to go back to the bull div. All right, on the Z-score, the returns oscillator, bull div. DLP. There was none on the DLP, which is fine. Which is fine. But I'll tell you what, if I see this predictor change, I mean, we're going to see a nice move. We really are. And I keep going back to the fishers on this macro. I mean, you can go back, and when they're all in lockstep, it's a nice little move. Bit nice percentage moves to the top side or the downside. All right? Not that this is something, is it tradable? Hey, man, you want to go up on high time frames and trade that way? Knock yourself out. We're not telling you not to do it. We have a specific plan, though, on what we do, and we trade low time frame volatility. I use all this macro stuff for bias. People, yeah. But I'm not saying people can't trade higher time frames using this. Of course you can. Of course you can. But the whole point is when you're sitting in these long extended trades, you are missing your counter trend trades like crazy. And if you add up the percentages, once you get out of that trade, it'll just blow your mind. You'll be like, yeah, I don't think I'm doing this right. When you see the percentage of moves counter to your bias, what you were missing on. But yeah, guys, thanks for popping in. We had a nice group today. It's beautiful. And definitely the guys that have access to that indicator, start breaking it apart. Start working with it. It's new for everybody. Trust me. Trust me. I'm pretty busy. Yasha's worked with it more than anybody. So yeah, like I said, Yasha's DMs are open. He only sleeps probably about 2 hours a day. So anytime, just DM, hit him up, ask him questions. He'll take care of you. I'm just kidding. You can ask any of us. Yeah, it is true. Same with me. I hardly even sleep. So yeah, guys, we're here for you. But other than that, have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday, unless Bitcoin decides to have a green dildo party. Let's go, Bitcoin. Green dildos for everybody. LFG.
Let's fucking
Let's fucking goose. Pow, pow.
Pow, pow.